This is 16 Percy Earl Crescent, just beginning the camera from the right hand side curbside connection. Going to be heading up and investigating what I can find. So initially just here at the curb we've got some water pooling. This does track, as this area seems to be, at least according to the visible section of pipe here at the curb, back falling. It seems to be visibly falling back towards. This is confirmed by the camera. Moving on. The next few metres we should be coming up on a junction. Whoop, we got some more water. So, falling sharply down into here. So at 4 metres we've got a bit more water holding. Right, so we've just entered this section of water. As you can see, there's quite a bit of silt on the ground of it. So I'm going to keep on moving, try to push through. This section seems to be passing. So this section wasn't holding water for too far, but as you can see, it seems the line has multiple sags in it. Continuing. We've got an impaction in the pipe here at 6.72 metres. You can see that little lump. So that's probably the pipe holding on a rock of some kind. This does indicate that potentially the line wasn't bedded properly, which would make sense as we've gone through 2 sections of a sag and we're not even 10 metres deep. Alrighty, we're going to continue past this impacted section. Hopefully soon we'll be finding a junction. There should be one coming up for the downpipes. Here's our first junction. Everything here looks alright. I'm just going to quickly locate this to determine if this is where I think it is. Alrighty, just verified that is the first right hand downpipe from the street. So I am where I thought I was. Doesn't want to go up there. Come on. There we go. And we're past. Alrighty, continuing in the line. We're approaching 10 metres deep now. Hello there. We've got a spider inside the drain. Nothing of note here, just thought it's funny to see him. You don't usually see too many critters inside these, but this being stormwater, it's a little more accessible. Speaking of, this would be our first gully. Approaching now. Here it is, our first yard gully at 10.7 metres. Alrighty, we're continuing. This is looking alright for now. Should be coming up on another one. We've got a little bit of water holding here, not much. Let's get a bit more. Alrighty, yeah, I'm going to back up and take a measurement of this. Alrighty. Alrighty, continuing on, we're going to see how far this water holds for. And we have another spider. Hello there, friend. That looks like a huntsman. Alrighty, moving on. We're still underwater. Well, not quite underwater, but we're still holding water. We're about to go underwater now, it seems. We may miss the yard gully connection. If we are, just trying to keep us steady and clear as to not stir up too much. The worst height to be at, right at the camera. This looks like a junction. Wait for the silt to clear. We are underwater. Yep, that's another junction, as you can see. Alrighty, so as you can see, sight is quite limited. Actually, just going to turn the sonde off to save some battery power. Okay, as you can see, sight is quite limited. We may miss a couple of the yard gully junctions, as those are facing up and harder to see when underwater. Seeing through the surface is a bit difficult from this angle, so we're going to keep on moving. Hopefully the water will clear before we get to our next one, because as you can see, we are almost halfway underwater here. It's completely black. It's hard to say what that is. Alright, we've lost all visual. Pushing through. We are proper underwater. Can't see a thing. Just going to keep pushing on. Hopefully we can clear whatever this is. And we're out. So, let's just see if we can get a look at what we're going through here. Some dark, silty, muddy water, unfortunately. Okay, so we've made it to 20 metres. This does appear to be another junction. I suspect we've missed some yard gullies through that, as we couldn't see anything. There's not much we could do about that. You can't jet this out. This is just water holding because the pipe is backfalling in several sections. Alrighty, we're going to try and get past this downpipe and continue on. Come on. Alrighty, we managed to get past. And we continue. We've still got a bit of water. Continuing down the drain. Alrighty, we have another junction here at 25 metres. We're continuing. Oh, can we get past? And we continue. Alright, the water level is rising again. Continuing on. So the water level is increasing. We're probably going to go back underwater soon. Here we go. Going to try and keep visual and follow where we are, but it's possible that might not occur. That said, we've just reached the top of the line, 30 metres. This is our final yard gully and concluding the right hand leg of the stormwater. I'm going to pause this and take a look and then do the left leg. Alrighty, just confirm that that is the top of the run. This concludes the right hand. Oh look, we've got some spiders. Look at him hunting for some food. That ant there looks like he might be in trouble. Anyway, so we're going to be going on the opposite side. So this has been from the front, the right hand run. I'm going to be repositioning to the left hand run and catch the other leg of the stormwater now. Alrighty, just rerunning this. I didn't realise I had been running about 2 metres without recording. So this is the entry point. So this here is right at the street. As you can see, we're already holding water. Don't mind the 1.68. I've pulled the line back out. So run through here. Water, water, water. Till eventually we hit here at 1.68. Where I am out of the water and we can continue our investigation. We're going to to start getting more accurate measurements now, as I'm not redoing it for the camera explicitly. So, already a bad sign for this second run, as right where it's at street level, it's backfalling and holding water quite badly. So, not an ideal situation. This stormwater system seems to have a decent share of problems. We continue. Alrighty, so here makes it evident that the line's being squashed. You can see the shape of that. That's an oval, not a circle, and it should be a circle. So I'm just going to pause this and take a note. Alrighty, we continue. Yeah, the line's definitely getting squashed here, as you can see the weird shape of the shadows. And we've got more water again. Alrighty, we continue. We're entirely underwater now. One moment. Alrighty, so this line is backfalling hard enough that it is entirely full in this section. Take it easy and hopefully we'll be able to keep ahead of the silt wave. We appear to have caught a bit of grass. Welcome to the Moyles Sonic, or rather sub-experience. We've got a junction here at 8 metres. We're continuing on. So the line is entirely underwater here still. I'm not sure what we got up ahead here. I'm going to try and take a look at it. Take it slowly. This looks like, well, this looks like a junction to a pit. However, I think the reflection of the water from inside is giving us a bit of a funky visual. This does appear to be a junction to a yard gully. However, I can't rightly say for sure as it's underwater. I'm getting some pretty interesting reflective visuals. And we continue. Looks like the water is clearing. Might actually get a decent visual again. And we're out. So for context, just to put a little bit of a visual representation on this, if I go back underwater, let the silt clear, you'll be able to perceive what appears to be the top of the pipe, but is actually the reflected surface of the underside of the pipe from the water inside. Cool visual here. It's unfortunately not clearing. I don't know if I'll be able to visually demonstrate that, so we're going to keep going. But as you can see, that's actually the top of the pipe. Come on, getting pretty deep now. Cramped inlet, got a car tyre right up against the curbside connection I'm trying to use. So it's making for somewhat awkward of a position, still managing. Unfortunately, we are still underwater. We're not getting out of the water like I suspected we were. That section was just holding a little less. So this drain has been practically entirely underwater and I cannot see bugger all. So limited visual acuity. Alrighty, as we had in the last one, being proper underwater, this section has not managed to clear its silt, so we've probably just hit a big load of silt. Yep, See, we're pushing some gunk with the camera. If I pull back, and try and push through. Can't see shit, but I think we're getting out of the water now. Maybe we're not. I still think we're underwater, but we're out of the heaviest section of silt, so we might be able to see again. Alrighty, we've still got some nasty silt, as you can see, and we're still entirely underwater. So this right hand side, or rather the left from street curbside connection, seriously has some problems. So, well, we have a junction. I saw that for the briefest moment. We're at 2180. Alright, we're going to attempt to continue. We're still entirely underwater here. Slightly less water. I can see the top of the pipes open. Got a bit of air in the line, not much, but it's more than we've had. Lovely. Well, we're basically at the top of the line here. I can't see anything more. We're reaching the end of it. Each line's about 30 metres long, and I don't think I'm going to see much more. I'll try to keep pushing, but really just shunting through a line that's full of water. Yep, doesn't want to go any further. That's probably the top of the line there. Alrighty. This concludes our camera investigation. The right hand side has several sections that are underwater and it seems to be a problem, but this left hand side is absolutely horrible. Most of the line is running. Let me just confer with my notes to see what we've got. So I believe we started getting underwater very rapidly. Yep, there was only about a 3 metre section that wasn't holding water in this line. It was 1.7 to 5 metres. So this line is holding water for pretty much the entirety of its length. No wonder it's not working very well.